part 3 of our breakdown of the script, which is what you do and say when you get pulled over. Now, we've already went over the first 2 lines. We started with, okay, when the comes up to your window, what do you say?
Why'd you pull me over?
And then when he starts asking questions...
I'm not discussing my day.
Which brings us to the 3rd line of the script.
And one of the hardest lines to utter.
When the keeps asking questions, maybe yelling at you, and he's big with the in the vest, and he's trying to scare and intimidate you, what do you say?
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
That's it. Simple. And again, this is going to help find out what kind of you are dealing with, because the doesn't respect your rights. Well, respect your rights and sees there's nothing going on. You're not falling all over yourself.
He'll give you a ticket, what he pulled you over for, and be
or
on
a
his
warning.
way.
We get a lot of feedback that people get warnings when they do this. Recognizes there's nothing wrong. The good now, the bad that are going to get pissed off because now you're making their job hard, I guess, because you won't talk to them and have a conversation. They're going to try to scare you and intimidate you. Am I being detained or am I free to go? Puts them at the point where they need to make a decision. Are they going to give you a ticket, let you go? Or
detain you?
You're being detained. And at that point, when you're being detained, again, this is going to tell you what kind of you have. Don't start arguing with a lot of...
But legally tell them why, once you're detained and handcuffed and not free to go, how that changes things.
Well, now they have to read you your Miranda rights. Your Miranda rights, right to remain silent. We've all heard it, right? You have the right to remain silent, right to an attorney.
Anything you say and do against you will be held in court of law.
That's when they have to tell that to you. If they haven't detained you, or they're delaying that process and they're still talking to you, that's because they don't have to give you those Miranda rights. They're free to ask you anything they want.
They may even tell you once they cuff you, hey, you're just being detained. We got to sort this out. Once those cuffs go on, regardless of saying you're not being detained, you are being detained because you're certainly not free to go.
That's right. And we recommend saying, am I being detained or am I free to go? So you give them that chance to think about it. Because like we said, you're showing that you know your rights. There's no criminal activity going on. That will lead a good and maybe even change a bad into like, you know what? Be on your way. The next 10 people that I stop, they're gonna do everything wrong and they're gonna give me all the evidence that I need. So, am I being detained or am I free to go? And very politely, you want to say that. And here's another thing that you might say. Well, if you don't tell me what I want to know, you will be detained. In another effort to get you to talk. But you got to hold fast and just stick to these lines that we're giving you. Stay tuned for part 4.